What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Stats with Evan, and I'm here to preview this week's 4-game series between my Washington Nationals and the Colorado Rockies. Let's get it popping. Coming into this week, the Nationals are 52-46, the Rockies are 47-52. Washington is second in the NL East, Colorado is fourth in the NL West. There are 5.5 games separating these two in the National League wildcard standings. The Nationals are 10-11 against the NL West. The Rockies are 10-12 against the NL East. In their last series this past weekend, the Nationals split a 4-game series in Atlanta. The Rockies lost 2-3 against the Yankees in New York. Now here's what you need to know about the two teams going into this week. This is the last of two head-to-head series between the Nationals and the Rockies. Colorado leads the season series 2-1, and the Rockies are outscoring the Nats in the series by a count of 19-16. For the Nationals, this is their first home series since the All-Star break, and the Rockies, they're going up against the Rockies team to be up 2-3 at Coors Field from April 22nd through the 24th. For the Nationals, this is the first of a 9-game homestand, which will take us into August. So now let's talk starters. On Monday, the Rockies are sending out Peter Lambert. Lambert is 2-1 with a 6.06 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, walked nobody, struck out 3, and he took the no decision as the Rockies lost 8-4 to the Giants in 10 innings. The Nationals are going to counter with Eric Fedde. Fedde is 1-1 with a 3.50 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 run, walked nobody, struck out 2, and he took the no decision as the Nationals lost 9-2 in Baltimore. Thankfully, that is the first and last time I have to bring up that game. On Tuesday, the Rockies are sending out John Gray. Gray is 9-7 with a 4.11 ERA. In his last start, he went 5 1/3 innings, gave up 11 hits, 6 runs, walked 3, struck out 3, and he took the loss as the Rockies lost 11-8 against the Giants. The Nationals are countering with Steven Strasburg. Strasburg is 12-4 with a 3.52 ERA. In his last start, he also went 5 1/3 innings. He gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 7, and he picked up 5 RBIs to go with a win as the Nationals won 13-4 in Atlanta. On Wednesday, the Rockies are sending out Kyle Freeland. Freeland is 2-7 with a 7.62 ERA. In his last start, he went just 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, walked 3, struck out 6, and he took the loss as the Rockies lost 8-2 in New York. The Nationals are countering with Patrick Corbin. Corbin is 7-5 with a 3.40 ERA. In his last start, he went 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 5, and he took the no decision as the Nationals lost 4-3 in Atlanta. Now, on the topic of Thursday's game, neither team is named a starter. Hopefully the Rockies don't do what the Braves did, because after I put out the video of the Nats series against Atlanta this past weekend, the Braves changed their starter for literally all 4 games. So yeah, Rockies, don't do that, please. I would appreciate it very much. So here's how the Nationals can win this series. The Washington Nationals came out of the All-Star break and posted a solid 5-4 record in a 9-game road trip to Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Atlanta. The run differential over the trip ended up at +8 when all was said and done, so yeah, bullpen actually had a pretty good series, or at least better than the Phillies, Orioles, and Braves bullpens. Anyway, now the Nats face a Colorado Rockies team that can hit the ball around the yard with the best of them. The Rockies are 6th in the league in batting average and 5th in RBIs. They can't seem to stop other teams from doing the same. Their starting rotation boasts a 5.53 ERA, only Baltimore is higher, and the bullpen ERA is 4.93, which is 24th in baseball. So the Rockies are only built to win one way, and that's to outslug the opposition. With this in mind, the key to winning this series for the Nationals is to keep the score down and the ball in the yard. So that was how the Nationals can win this series, but now let's look at how the Rockies can win it. The Colorado Rockies are currently in the middle of a road trip which is off to a 1-2 start, and they need a series win in the worst way to stay in the heat of the National League wildcard race. They're currently 5 games out. Fortunately, they face a Washington Nationals team whose bullpen has had a lion's share of work over the last 2 series. Washington for the season has the 2nd worst bullpen ERA in baseball. It sits at 5.86 as of this video. Only Baltimore is higher than that. And most of their guys are going into this game tired, because they basically had to throw their arms off over the last 6 games. With this in mind, the key to the series for the Rockies is to keep the game in reach until the bullpen comes in and then swing open at their weary arms. So here's my thoughts on the series. This is a big series for both teams, but for different reasons. The Nationals need to stay on top of the wild card standings, but the Rockies need to remain relevant in the playoff race. And with both teams facing lengthy deficits in their divisions, and in Colorado's case there's 2 teams not named the Dodgers ahead of them in the NL West, the wild card may be these teams' best chance at the postseason. Going into this series, it seems that the Rockies have an edge in batting, but the Nationals have an edge in pitching. However, good pitching is more reliable and consistent than good hitting, and the Nationals have been the more consistent of the two, just on the whole. Washington has only lost 1 series over the last month and a half. Plus, while the Nationals bullpen is tired, the Rockies bullpen isn't anything to write home about either. For these reasons, I'll say the Nationals win 3 out of 4. So what do y'all think? Who's taking this series? Is it the Nationals or the Rockies? Let me know in the comments, and until next time, I'm Stats with Evan, and I hope you have a 100% day. See y'all later. I'm about to go get some sleep because it is currently 11:25, and I've been trying to keep my voice down this whole episode, like this whole video, because I got some people trying to sleep. So yeah, the video's over. Y'all can stop watching now.